My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Man vs. Bee. That's right, you saw an epic love story between a human and a bee in Bee Movie. Now get ready for a human and a bee to fight to the death here. And this is a show I was actually looking forward to much more than everyone else. Mainly because nobody else even knows this show came out because Netflix doesn't market those shows, but that's a different issue entirely. No, the reason why I was so excited for it is because it's about a man trying to kill a bee. Like, that's a perfect, simple premise. And the fact it stars Rowan Atkinson was just the cherry on top. I think he is one of the most underrated comedic actors ever. Like, he should be in so many comedies, and he's just not in as nearly as much movies as he should be. Like, I love him as Mr. Bean. That show still holds up incredibly well. Like, it is still one of my favorite TV shows ever. He's great in the first Johnny English. I haven't seen the sequels. He's good as Zazu in The Lion King. He's good in Love Actually. And I love his skits that I've seen. So he's an actor I really do enjoy, and I think he does a good job here. I think he's funny, he carries the show well enough, and he's just great at that physical kind of humor. It's not as funny as I would have liked it to be. I chuckled a few times throughout, but I don't know if I laughed out loud even once. Like, every joke you can see coming from a mile away, and sometimes the execution does land, but a part of me just thought this should have been better. It should have been funnier. Like, I do like the whole aspect of seeing a car crash in slow motion, which is pretty much this entire show, but it just should have been funnier. It really should have. And sometimes it got frustrating because he'd have a chance to kill the bee, and he'll just let it live for some reason. Like, no, turn on the microwave and kill it. Why did you do that? And like I said, some of the jokes are very predictable. Like, there's one part where he's reading a book and then he puts it on the stove and it catches fire, and you're just like, I like dumb humor, but that was maybe too dumb for me. And then I also hated every attempt to tell an actual story here. Like, the way the last episode pans out, I thought was incredibly stupid, and none of the family stuff worked for me. I think they were hoping to add some sort of investment in it, some sort of heartfelt element to the show, and it was just so unneeded. It added nothing, and I just wanted him to get back to killing the bee. I also hated any time that we see a close-up of the bee and it's very CGI looking. It's just, I don't need that. It takes me out of what I wanted from this show. And then I also hated the look of it because it's very HD, and it just doesn't work for me. It looks too clean, too neat, and too tidy, and I hate it. It looks like I'm watching a reality show, and I just don't think it matches. And another thing I do want to mention is that it's worth watching just because it flies by. Like, it's 9 episodes long, the first one is 20 minutes, and every episode after that is only 10 minutes, and it starts off immediately after the last episode ends. So it's a nice breezy TV show, but it lends to the question of why make this a TV show? Like, you got yourself, what, 100 minutes worth of story here? Why not just make a movie? Like, each episode flows from one to the next, so why give it the label of TV show? Just put it all together and release it as a movie. Like, it's such a small complaint, but it actually really does bother me. Why did this need to be a TV show? You watch a show like Breaking Bad, and it needs to be a TV show. You watch a show like Lost, and it needs to be a TV show. You watch an episodic TV show like Mr. Bean, and it needs to be a TV show. But this, by no means of the imagination, needed to be a TV show. Like, I thought each episode was going to take place at another location, but no, same location, same bee the entire time. And it's just, like, it's nice that it's a short TV show, but why make it a TV show? I keep repeating myself, but I just can't understand the train of thought that went into making this into a TV show. Okay, anyways, I don't know, it's fine. It's not a show I hated by any means. It's not one I'll ever watch again. I love the premise, but it should have been much better. It looked way too clean. I didn't think it was as funny as it could have been. I hated the fact that it's even a TV show and not a movie, but I'm feeling generous. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 with a slight slight recommendation. Okay, so I did review this show, but I actually do have something very important to say. There's lots of issues going on in the world right now, but I think it's important to point out the fact that in B movie, Patrick Warburton is the only sane and rational person in that entire movie. Like, he's getting mad that his girlfriend fell in love with a bee, and everyone's like, what's his issue? But his girlfriend fell in love with a bee. He got gaslighted. He got abused psychologically in that moment. Like, it is insane. Patrick Warburton did nothing wrong in that movie. Yes. But anyways, have you seen Man vs. Bee? Probably not. Netflix isn't marketing it. But if you did, let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.